Alright, we locked in right now. It's the Wheel1 podcast. Your boy Master Twice. We got a special guest in the cut right here. You already know, it's my boy Trillawiththevibes. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
And you know, we out here. You already know how we do it, fam. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get right into it, and we just gonna do it like we're written for the top. You know what I'm saying? Family life. You know, where you grew up, upbringing, siblings, all that. Like, you know, let us know.
So I was raised at Keelan Shepherd. Like, I went to Shepherd PS. You know, my family's been there for like 20 plus years. My family life was pretty weird, I guess you would say. You know what I mean? Like, me and my dad didn't really get along like that. But you know, recently we've found our peace.
Okay.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
you know, that's always a good thing right there.
Yeah, you know. Definitely had a big impact on my life though, like in terms of mental health, all that stuff. But you know, I don't regret none of it, obviously.
You know what I'm saying? It's all a part of the journey sometimes, you know, it's part of the path, you know?
Yeah.
But fucking, so like let's like, you know, let's get more about like, you know, the upbringing and like, you know, like, you know, where you from, where you grew up at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it's always got to be something that we could talk about too, you know?
Yeah, for facts, for sure. Like I said, Keelan Shepherd, you know what I mean? Being the only brown kid in a predominantly black area.
How was that? You know what I'm saying? That's something we got to talk about.
Definitely not easy, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've been jumped for being a brown kid, you know?
Just off rip, just because things
off
like that.
Like, yeah, I remember, like, I was one time even in Black Creek one time, someone told me, get out of here, brownie. Like, this is not where you're supposed to be. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? But obviously, I don't, like, I come with thick skin, family. I don't pay mind to none of that, you know?
Yeah, because, like, you know, unfortunately, there's ignorant people of all colors. You know what I'm saying? And ignorance is it doesn't have a place, and, you know, especially in situations like that. Because, like, you know, but like, it's good that you have got more embrace than the, you know, the more of the fucked up side of things. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, now we got to talk about, like, as a kid growing up, you know, especially in that environment. What were some type of hobbies where you were just like, yo?
Biggest hobby was just making music. My dad was a musician, like, you know, an Indian musician. So I guess I always tell people this is like it runs through the blood. Yeah, it's in the blood. You know, like everybody asks me, "Oh, what made you get into music?" I don't know. You know what I mean? I just always been in music.
It's just been your thing, like,
yeah,
you know.
Exactly.
So like, what were some things like as a kid where, like, you know, where you didn't have, before you had the equipment? How were you getting it done?
Honestly, like when I was a super small kid, like I could never record music. I used to record music on like a Guitar Hero mic.
Oh shit!
With the USB, you know what I mean? And then we just tie like a bandana around it, or like some type of T-shirt, use it as a pop filter. You know? Like, and then I wouldn't even record on like an actual music program. I was actually recording on, I think the program was called Sony Vegas.
Okay.
So it's like it's meant for movies and fucking videos and shit.
So it wasn't even getting like the sound, the right kind of quality.
Yeah, like I didn't have. I just made it work with what I had, you know.
But like, you know, that's just the lit thing about being a kid and just being like inventive. You know what I'm saying? With, like,
exactly.
When you have a passion, it doesn't matter how you can do it. Like, you know, it's like when I think about
it, yeah, you're gonna make it work. Yeah,
it's like I think about, like, you know, when I was on the ball grind. It's like, you know, mans will be playing ball with no basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What?
It's like you're doing your moves, but you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You got no ball. But it's like,
so my mans will use a sign on the wall as a net.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
back
just
on
like little things like that where it's just like, you don't have anything, but the passion is just building. And it's like, yeah, this is what we got to do here.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's always a lit thing. And like, it's crazy that you can do that. Like, even like we said with the music thing. Like, okay. You know, fam. One thing we got to say, like, you know, what kind of music was playing in the household where you were like, all right, yeah, like, you know, that was just in general, like you're hearing on a regular basis.
So I don't even know. Like, I didn't hear hip hop until I was late, like maybe like 10, 11 years old.
Okay.
So before that, it was all Bollywood music. So a little bit of rock music, I guess you'd say, like a lot of pop music. My sister was really into Backstreet Boys and all that. I could sing all this shit word for word, you know?
Back streets, back for life. Yeah.
But yeah, bro, fucking like stuff like that. But then around 10 years old, I discovered Eminem.
Okay.
Cleaning out my closet.
Okay. Oh shit.
My sister actually put me onto Eminem. She was like a big fan of his. And then after that, I went from Eminem. I found out about fucking Lil Wayne when I heard Neck of My Woods, Neck of the Woods or whatever what it was, bro. And I just fell in love with hip hop. I'm like, yo, this is my shit right here.
Yeah, it was love at first sight kind of thing.
You know what I mean? So and I heard about Joel Santana. Oh my gosh.
That was the Joel's and Wheezy. I can't feel my face.
I can't feel my face. Yeah, facts.
Those days were crazy. But like, you know, that's just crazy, the evolution of music. And like, you know, I'm a big fan of like in general like different genres of music. So it's like I love to hear like the fact that like hear what people are listening to and kids in their households, because I feel like that kind of like what your music shows who you are in a sense.
Yeah, facts.
Like the kind of music you listen to, because I feel like music is such an expression of like in general
who you are and
life. What you are. So it's like, what if this is what you listen to? This is like a sign of like you relate in some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, like, you know, it doesn't have to be exact, but like, you know, you relate, and or you just think this sounds good. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Like,
exactly.
You know? And like that's fucking dope, and I love that shit. So now kind of walk me through now as being a brown kid growing up predominantly black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? This is the music growing up, listening to household, you get introduced to hip hop and all that. Now, as a kid now, and then all that, like, you know, let me know about like how society was, how your views of society were, just in general, just because like, you know, the circumstance of where you're living,
where I'm at and what I'm doing. Yeah, it's tough, honestly. Like from when I was a kid, I had to learn to just like, yo, you're a lone wolf. You know what I mean? Because it's not a lot of people accepting me, and the people that don't accept me are the same people that are trying to drive me out. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic, you know. And then the thing about my mom is she's super dramatic. So like, and I noticed that's a lot through a lot of brown people. That's a lot of shit they deal with. This is the dramatization of a lot of shit, you know. So it's just like you're caught in the middle, like you don't know what you want to do. You know what I mean? Trying to rap, everybody tells you, yo, you're trying to be black. I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be black, I'm just trying to rap.
I'm just trying to be me. Like I just said, I'm just doing my form of music. Like,
you know what I mean?
I mean, that's the crazy thing that I don't like about, like, you know, I was having this conversation with Carlisle, you know, the other day.
Shout out Lizzo,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lizzo, you know, mentor, you know. But we were saying, even on the pod, where we're talking about how people who come from like, you know, our kind of like backgrounds and neighborhoods, how it's not pushed to like live your dreams out, like, you know, go for it. Why not? Because it's like it's conformed to like, you know, do it. It's like it's been taught to be done instead of like
program,
you know,
pretty much.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
And like it's crazy because it's like instead of like people saying like, yeah, you do music, bro, this is what you're really passionate about,
they think you're crazy.
Like, you know, why not try it out? Because like, you know, especially when we're, you know, still young enough to like be going at it.
Facts.
Like, you know,
facts.
So
I'm 27 right now. I still like, I told myself when I was a kid, like, I'm not gonna try after 30, because I always felt like that was the cutoff time.
But this 30 is still a young age, though.
That's the
you
thing.
know,
I see man's like Benny the Butcher. You know what I mean? And
exactly,
doing their thing, and it just motivates me.
That's an inspirational thing. Cause I remember he's hearing a clip about Benny the Butcher talking about how he started rapping when he was like what 15, and didn't make it till he was like 32. And it's like, that's dedication.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's what gets you over that's what gets you over the hump, is dedication, passion, and sticking to it.
Consistency. Yeah, you gotta stick to it.
And like, you know, that's a great thing, like that you even doing. And like, you know, and with music, it's an expression in general, just like emotions and all that.
Yeah.
So like now I kind of want to like lead that into talking about like a traumatic situation that may have happened to you in your life that made you like really focus on your mental health, and like, you know, what got you through it. I'm assuming it may be the music, but like, you know, let me know.
Honestly, the weird thing about me, like when I make music, I tend to take breaks from it. So and like the way I get inspired by music is very different. Like I know a lot of people get inspired by listening to their favorite artists, stuff like that, but for me it's more of just like, I get inspired by things I do. So that means if I go out and have a good night out, you know what I mean? There's a good chance within the next couple of days I'm going to come back and either drop a fire beat or write about it, something, you know what I mean? So being inspired through my music didn't really help me through that mental phase where like I was trying to push through a battle, you know.
Okay.
But you know, like I got shot, you know what I mean, and I noticed a lot of people weren't really as close as they said they were, you know what I mean.
Like don't I know it? Don't I?
You know what I mean?
Don't I know it,
You know what I
man?
mean?
Like, you know,
Even
trust me, I definitely know what you're talking about, because when I got shot, it's like it's one of those where you think like you come to realize not everyone's the friend that you
Life
are.
is only you.
Yeah,
That's what you realize, you know what I mean? Like life is only you. I back in 2013 I was still working at a discount. The best advice I ever got from my homie was just get used to being lonely.
Yeah. Funny enough, because it's like, you know, you got to get used to being lonely, because then that way, that's how you enjoy your own company.
Exactly.
And eventually, when you join your own company, you don't feel the need to have people around you.
Exactly.
Because like I feel sometimes that's how people fall victim into things, because once you have the need to have people around you, people can drag you down into situations that aren't necessarily good for you.
Facts.
And then once you are like, you enjoy your own company to just be by yourself for long periods of time, you're okay with that. And then when you do, like, you know, meet new people, it ain't nothing, because, you know, you're willing to do this.
Yeah, exactly. It has nothing to do with anybody else but you.
And that's a great thing. But, you know, now tell us more about like, you know, how you got through that, like, you know, especially getting shot, because like, you know, it's a big thing, you know.
Honestly, like the way I got through it, honestly, I wouldn't say it was the right way I got through it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I should have taken that route, but really, like, what I did without incriminating myself is I went into my own business. You know what I mean? And I just kind of drowned myself into that. And I did that for maybe 3 or 4 years. And the reason why I say that it wasn't the right way to deal with this, because honestly, like being alone, being in a car for that many hours, that many years, you realize like, yo, I'm fucking up my whole social life. I'm fucking up how I don't know how to talk to people properly that much anymore. You know what I mean? I'm really introverted. You know what I mean?
You just really just kind of cocooned yourself.
I cocooned myself, and it definitely wasn't the right way for me to handle it. So like even now, like I'm still fighting against that choice,
the urge.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to break out of that cocoon. You know what I mean?
So like, you know, let me hear about like, you know, your first thoughts of like once you realized that that's what was happening to you, and like, you know, and how to like maneuver out of it.
Well, I don't know, actually. It's a good question. Really, I just kind of woke up one day and realized, like, unless I take that first step, I'm not going to be able to get out of it. You know what I mean? And then, like, it just came down to it. I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, yo, listen, are you going to accept responsibility for this and just, you know, take the initiative? And then eventually when I did do that, I realized that's all it took was just make the choice. You know what I mean? It's obviously a lot easier said than done. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I fought a lot of battles before and after, but it really is just the initiative, you know, just believe in yourself enough to do it.
Yeah. It's crazy how it's like, you got to take that first step to like want to get better.
Yeah.
Once you realize the situation, because like it was the same thing for me when I got shot, because like I cocooned myself the same way. Like I remember like people in my first apartment building, they always say like, yo, DJ don't come outside. That guy comes outside to smoke. What? That guy comes outside to smoke, and then he goes right back inside. Like even when I was in the hospital, the rehab, I coming out my room. Like I ain't trying to talk to nobody. Like I don't want you around me. And then I realized like it's just not healthy.
It's like, self-destructive. Yeah, just having no one around you. I'm
just in my thoughts, and then eventually I'm getting to a point where I'm just like, fuck everybody, and then I'm getting miserable, and I'm just like angry about things that are just sometimes aren't that serious, and it's just mainly because like I'm not dealing with an original problem. You know?
Yeah, that's facts.
Just like trying to just be like to myself, because like nobody fucks with me, like, you know,
they don't say they fuck with you, they don't fuck with you how they say they do and all that shit.
When in essence maybe it's not like that, but like that's how I feel, because like of the whole, like it's a life-changing situation, like, you know. So
have you always been introverted?
To an extent, but after that, like, it was just trust nobody, you know what I mean? I got my dog, that was it. Like my little pit bull. She's my best friend in the whole world. And then I still think it, but it's just not so severe. But like, you know, nobody can provide that unconditional love. You know what I mean? No matter how much they say they love you, there's always a condition to it. You know what I mean?
Very
so it's
true.
like, yo, if
Very
I go back, if I take a break from music and end up being a crackhead, and I come back to you, are you still gonna love me the same? You know what I mean? You're gonna think something different of me because of what I am.
Ask you
You know what I mean?
21 questions.
You know, exactly. Facts. You know what I mean?
How has that affected your relationships?
Definitely negatively. Definitely. Like recently, like I'm not gonna say any names or anything, but like I just stopped fucking with some guys that like I really fucked with. They're my bros, you know, like, and I don't really like showing that part. Like I don't like calling people my family or my brother because I feel like it's too fickle, very circumstantial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like to me, yo, you're my dog, I'm your dog, we're riding. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Until you show me you're not, I'm not. I'm riding with you.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So pretty much like that split actually ended up working in my favor in terms of my mental health, just because like I felt free. Like right now I make music, I literally do it for me, and like I make track for the man them. You know, I sent DJ a song, like he was like, yo,
I was fucking with it. I was fucking with it.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't make songs to put out like that, or not right now at least, you know. When I was with them, I never thought about even making my own songs. I would write songs and just leave them, you know. But then after I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna build my own studio. I ended up building it, you know, and I just started recording.
And like that's the dope thing about it. Like, you know, it's kind of crazy how like sometimes you need to break away to really like push your passions more.
Facts. And it's no hate.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it's
I still
no
have
disrespect.
nothing but love for them, but it's just like, yo, we can't work together right now.
Yeah, but there's
You know?
nothing wrong with that because I feel like that's the separation of business / like, you know, passions and like personal relationships.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and sometimes people can take things that are like business sense in a sense personally.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not that way. It's just like we just can't.
It's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of that going on.
And I feel like that's just it's just a horrible way that things are happening because it's just like me personally, I've felt like sometimes I've had to break away from certain situations in general to grow because I feel we never grow when we're comfortable.
Facts.
And like, you know, that's a big thing. So I don't know. It's something that I feel like should be pushed more. Like, you know, if things aren't working out like that, it's okay to like say they're not working out,
like,
but you know, we're still friends. You know,
you know what I mean? Like,
we're not going down this lane like that anymore.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I don't know. People are just a little bit too entitled these days. You know, they just kind of expect people to work with them. You know, and that's not how it really works. You know.
So like, I know we kind of touched into it, but like, you know, tell me more about like how you use like the pain that you got from like, you know, getting shot and then like, you know, things not working out, like, you know, with the like, you know, business wise, you know, with the passions as you're talking about earlier.
Yeah.
How did you use all that to motivate you going forward to like, you know, push on like what you're saying about like creating your own studio and, you know, doing things like, you know,
honestly,
how you want to do it?
Like before I started recording myself, like seriously, I had 1 or 2 songs that I just made for fun, like just for the homies. And like a few of them started talking to me and they're just like, why don't you just do it? Like, what's stopping you? Because I became a producer because I had no one to make my own beats. I ended up falling in love with producing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I produced for like 10 years. I'm like, yo, fuck, I could be a rapper.
Why not? You know, you make
every
beats,
good producer can rap. Don't let them lie to you. Every
know?
good producer can rap inside. They're lying to you if they say they're not.
Because you know how to jump on the beat. You made the beat.
Exactly,
like, you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Facts. You know what I mean? So they're just like, yo, listen, like you can do it. You have your own sound. So I'm just like, why not? Fuck it, let's try. If 5 or more people are telling me this, they can't be wrong.
And like, you know, that's the thing. Like, you'd be just surprised how many people could just eventually just catch on to the wave.
Yeah, that's facts.
Know? And then like when you live your passions, that's the thing that happens. Like, you know, you're just going full force with it, and then
exactly.
You'd be surprised how far it can take you.
Like, I'm not even making music for the public. you know, and just making music. Because like I said, when I was a kid with the Guitar Hero mic, I was literally making any song that came to my mind. I didn't care. Fuck it, get the beat from YouTube. We're gonna rap about what noodles. We're gonna rap about cats. We're gonna rap about whatever the fuck we want.
Whatever, but we're gonna get it in.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's how I'm treating it now. Fuck it, let's just make a song.
And that's beautiful right there, bro. Especially because that's what I mean about like taking like the negative and turning it into a positive right there, where you're just like, yeah, right, fuck it, no matter the circumstance. This is how we're like, we're venting and we're just letting.
Yeah, this is what I do. Yeah, so I'm gonna do it. That's just what it is, you know.
I love that. So you know, currently, you know, we're talking about it, but you know, what's going on? What are you doing for yourself going forward? Like, what does the future hold? Because, you know, now we're talking about, you know, making music for yourself. But, like, you know, going forward, what are the plans now?
Well, going forward, I am working on an instrumental tape that I want to put out.
Okay.
Sometime this year.
Know about this. This is the time.
Earlier this year, yeah. So somewhere in the first half of the year, you know, I want to put it out. Obviously, and we're March right now.
Yeah.
So maybe before June, I'm gonna try to drop that for you guys. You know,
what I'm saying in the summertime tape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Have you guys rocking right?
Something for people to spit to. You know what I mean?
That's what I fuck with. That's what I fuck with.
In terms of me making songs, yeah, like I'm working on a little something right now, just to. So I guess you could call it an EP or something, you know. Yeah, but I'm just kind of like just putting together as many songs as I can, see if I can just make bodies of work, and then when time comes, just flood
the market. I really fuck with that. You know, that's the whole mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's what mentality we do out here too.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
If it's open, just flood it.
You know what I'm saying? Get it all in and then flood the streets.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
So I really appreciate that you're coming through and just like, you know, sharing your story and like, you know, just letting the people know about like, I think a big thing that comes out of this interview for me personally is just how the passion was there and it never left. Like, you know what I'm saying? And without everything, that the ups and downs and everything, it was just like, this is what gets me through everything.
Yeah, that's facts. You know what I mean? That's just, for me, it's just music. You know what I mean? Like, this is all I've known. So it's like I'm like a fish in the water. I'm gonna swim. You know what I mean? Like, now that's just what it is. Like, if you put me in a studio, I'm making music. That's like, just what it is. You know.
And I love that too, because like, you know, even to like double back to on like how, like you said, like how your pops is a musician. So it's like literally just been like, from Jump Street. This is it.
It's crazy to me. Like, sometimes I think, because my dad actually, like, when he made music on like this little Yamaha pad. So like, even now, my old account got hacked, but I used to have a bunch of videos of me on a beat pad on my MPD. And like my mom looks at it and she's like, yo, like, you're literally your dad. You know what I mean? She's like, you're just literally just tapping away on your little beat pad for days and like headphones on, no care in the world.
See, like, you know what I'm saying? And then that's why I feel, that's why I love the fact that you're just like, yo, I'm rocking, this is how I'm rocking to the wheels fall off.
This is it, man. Like, like, even if wherever it takes me, you know, I'm making music to the end.
I love that.
So it sounds like your family was like supportive of the music, whereas like maybe society is telling you can't do this. Is that how it was?
Well, to be honest, like I keep my family very separate from, like, there's only like, they're in like a bubble, I would say. You know what I mean? So like how I act with my family is just like, that's it. You know, when I go outside, my family doesn't know about anything I do outside. So honestly, like, because I have a little brother too, he's a musician as well. So it's just kind of like just something that's always been there. Like, it's not that they were supportive, but whether they were or not, we were just absorbing it all. You know what I mean? Like, we knew what certain shit was before we were supposed to know it.
Oh, okay.
And that's just because it's thanks to my dad, you know?
He's just there, like, you know? So it's like, it's just kind of, it's kind of crazy how it works like that. Like, you know, where it's just like, it was just there, your dad's just like, you know, and so it's just a surrounding family, but then society's like, what are you doing?
Because usually you hear of families that are like, well, you can't do that.
Yeah, facts.
A real job.
Yeah, my mom, well, she raised me as a Jehovah's Witness. She doesn't want me to be involved in any of that. Like,
don't I know that?
You're one of
the shout out to our Dukes.
Shout out to the Dukes.
Shout out to our Dukes, you know.
But yeah, you know,
I guarantee she don't like all the tattoos.
No, bro, when I tell you, bro, she saw the face one, she was done. She was it. That was it, man. She uppercut me on my first one.
Oh, God.
So, like, when she saw the face one, she's like, yeah, you're done, man.
Oh yeah. No, mom's she's spraying. I don't go up there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right? But yeah, that's part of the reason why I didn't even get into music. Like, I was told not to listen to hip hop music because, like, obviously, you know, like what they promote and stuff. But it's just like, yo, something about the beat. Like, I remember to this day, like, Game is my favorite rapper. I fell in love. I remember I was watching the How We Do video premiere, bro. I fell in love with the music, and that was it. Like, I knew it. This is what I want to do. And then I got another reassurance when it was like, what, 2007, 2008, on Kanye West and the MVAs. And I'm like, nah, I need to live like this, bro. Like, he was performing Good Life, and I'm like, nah, this is what I want. Like, you know, like,
this is the good life.
This
right
is the good
here.
life. I need that, you know? So it's just like, it's mostly been just stuff I've been taking in on myself, you know, like playing Habbo Hotel, listening to stuff on BearShare, LimeWire, hip hop stuff, you know what I mean? It's a long story there.
It's beautiful how it just kind of came to you though, like no matter the circumstance.
Yeah,
like,
just,
you know,
it's just, if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. You know what I'm saying? I think we gonna close it on that, where it's just like, you know, where it's meant for you, it's meant for you.
Facts.
Chase it, and it is where it is. Ride that shit till the wheels fall off.
Facts.
I'm sorry, Mom, for cussing.
Yeah, facts. Fuck it, though.
But you know, it is what it is.
Facts,
but you know, this is a Wheel1 podcast. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Triller with the vibes pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Look out for his tapes that are dropping soon. You know,
soon.
And you know, it's the Wheel1 podcast. Your boy Master Twice, and we signing off.